Hello. One of the questions we get very often is how do we plan our routes? So, because I'm about to plan our route for when we're ready to leave Fort Lauderdale, I figured I would make a short video showing you how we do it. We use a program called TimeZero. This is version 3. We have a Lenovo laptop, which is actually a touch 2-in-1 computer, and I got a pen for it. It's new, but you don't need it. It's just a Windows application. And once we have our route on TimeZero, then we move it over to our chart plotters here on the boat, and the autopilot can use that route then. Anyhow, we're going to plan our route. And I know that we want to go to Freeport. So now we can just zoom in. This is Fort Lauderdale. It's a bit busy looking. Port Everglades. This is where we'd be leaving at. On the left-hand side here, these are all the tools, the features that I use most frequently. This is a route tool. It's going to start my route. Zoom out. Let's go over. Where is Freeport? There we go. Somewhere over here. I don't quite know what marina we're going to go into, but let's assume we're going to go here. This is a rough plan. Let's assume we're going to go here. So that's our route. It's going to end our route now. And that's our route. So I now know that it's 78 nautical miles, thereabouts. Gives me a good little gauge how long it will take. And if we can go directly there or not, that's going to be another question. So, but you can see here that this route is actually in red, so TimeZero has a problem with it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to insert a waypoint, come out here, because it didn't like the shallow area over here. So now it's fine. Come in a bit more. So it's going to be delete that waypoint. We don't need it. Sometimes I can't get it to go green. I give up on it. You can also troubleshoot it by just adding more waypoints to see which one it doesn't like. So it doesn't like that last little bit, but clearly, I mean, it's a marked channel, so it's going to be okay. So now, what I can do is I can figure out what my time of arrival will be. So if we leave at 4 p.m., then we would be arriving at midnight. We don't want to do that. So let's change that to a.m. So if we leave at 4 a.m., we'd be arriving around noon. And at 10 knots. And we're not going to be doing 10 knots because we have a sailboat. And there's going to be, well, maybe. Let's just plan for 7 knots. And that will give us a better understanding coming here around 3:30. So we'll see if we can sail over there or if we'll have to motor. So now we have that little bit. So in the next leg that I know we want to do, we want to go to the berries. So we're probably going to come down here somewhere into this area. So let's start our route. Zoom in again. So remove some of the things, clean up the screen. All right. Back over to our route tool, start our route, zoom out. Where do we want to go? As close as possible because I think it's going to be a long little bit. Oh, there's a little anchorage here. That looks cozy. Let's come in here. And then let's come in here and see what's up. End our route. Put our average speed here. Let's do 6 knots. Hopefully we can sail it. There we go. All right. Oh, look, everything is green, so TimeZero likes it. Later on, I'll go over the routes in more detail. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't really trust technology. I mean, I trust technology, but not that much. So now we're going to have to find an anchorage. So Captain Active Captain is actually integrated into TimeZero, so we can see all these little Active Captain marks. You can see the details. It gives you a bit of information about the anchorage. We use this a lot. So I use a boundary circle to figure out where we should anchor. They usually give us about 400 feet, so we can anchor right around here. If the wind is coming from the east, let's put another one over here. There we go. So that should be good. So now we know that when we come in here, we have two places we can go that would give us protection from wind from either side a bit. We don't want to be in a lee shore. And yeah, so usually, obviously, I'll check departure time again. We're not going to be leaving at 4 a.m. We're going to be more leaving at like, okay, well, 3 p.m. Maybe we do leave around 9 and get around 3. It'll still give us a bunch of daylight to come in there and anchor and get set up. So yeah, that'll work. Where do we want to next? Definitely not going in there. I know some of you seasoned sailors would have no problem going in there, but that's not us. Alright, so let's depart here. Come over here. That looks nice. Very doable. End our route. Change that. That's a default somewhere. I'm gonna change that. Do our 6 knots. Oh, it doesn't like that. That's fine. So now let's go look at our... Oh, I didn't even take our... Oh, I didn't take it over here either. Okay, so let's fix this. 6 knots. 6 knots. Okay. So it'll give us 6 p.m., so that's not going to work for us. So let's try to leave a bit earlier. Like 7. I'll have to see when the sun comes up, because I also don't want to leave when... So it's going to be a bit tight, so maybe we need to get our speed up a bit. Maybe we'll do 7 knots. Maybe run the engines. That'll work. This is going to be better for us. And then coming around here, let's see what's happening over here. So these are all still 10 knots. Let's change those to 6. Using a tablet is really great, but it's also, well, we'll leave that at 10 knots, that's fine. Oh, move that, there's an undo button there. Let's close that down. Alright, we can get rid of this waypoint, because we don't need 2 waypoints there. It's all green, so that's good, and it looks like, 19 feet, 20 feet, nice and deep. So let's find a place to anchor. That's 10 feet, that'd be nice. That's 14 feet, it's a little deep actually. I like shallower. Let's go in here. There we go. Now we can just go extend our route. Come down here. And that's it for this route. And that's really how we plan our routes. Once we're done here, I'll export this and put this into our Ray Marine chart plotters, and then the autopilot can use the waypoints. And we also file our float plan with an export from here, just so everybody knows exactly what our planned course is. So hopefully this has been informative. Please, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you want to see any other videos or features of TimeZero, which is really awesome, then just comment down below. We did get this software for free. They sent it to us to use and review and look at, and it's awesome. It's not the cheapest, but it's also really, really awesome, and we would no doubt buy the software if it wasn't given to us for free, but it is well worth every dollar. So hopefully it's been helpful. Enjoy. Happy sailing.